plus top lane I think is going to win. I feel like they have a lot of harass potential, and they can easily secure Hector's farm in this game.
Our mid lane matchup is definitely going to be the most interesting. First, Puppey, he's going to be fine.
And I've never seen
Silence.
in professional Dota, I don't think I've seen Earthshaker versus like they have Ricky a lot of Mid. harass potential.
And
I think this might be a first for me.
I'm pretty certain that Earthshaker is one of the few heroes that can really deal with the backstab damage. Comes from Riki, the arrow comes out, and that is going to be your first blood on that Stinger. They try and turn things around by killing Puppey, but now Schofield has overextended himself trying to trade off kills, and he's going to be slowly whittled away by YapzOr as Schofield, the Shadow Shaman. It has a bit of a slower base movement speed, so the boots versus boots right now is going to be the favor of YapzOr, but doesn't really feel like chasing that
DD
far.
Runa top. Crysluck is going to make his lane a little bit easier here. Mid one going to pop the cell. He is taking a decent amount of harassment. He's going to take a little bit of kill. Mid one probably doesn't want to trade up against this Ricky.
Trying to trade off kills, and he's going to be slowly whittled away by YapzOr as Schofield, the Shadow
deny
Shaman.
so many of these creeps. This is why Ricky Mid has some potential.
Base movement speed. So the boots versus boots right now is going to be one of the big benefits of Riki Core, right, is that poke attack, is the fact that you have this agility damage multiplier that allows you to be able to do a lot more damage when it comes to getting CS full blasted as well as denied. Opening that a lot of CS open to you that normally wouldn't be. But in this situation, it's matched up against an Earthshaker who also has the same kind of ability.
Top lane, Hector getting low.
He's going to be chased down in the trees. The arrow lands from YapzOr. That's going to be a second kill for Secret, make it a third now. Is they're going to be able to disrupt Stinger perhaps and bring him down, but Zai is actually a little bit too low. No mana. If anything, Puppey has to be careful. Schofield's really gunning for him right now. Aether Shock needed another swing or two to be able to finish him off, but they do at least bring down the carry of Infamous.
2-0 early kill lead. Easily secure Hector's farm. Right now, no team
is one of the few
too
heroes
far
that
ahead
can
as Infamous and Secret are
he's going to be chased down in the trees. The arrow lands with YapzOr. That's going to be a second kill for Secret. He tossed, but it was an illusion that he actually got. And as a result, he's going to be shackled up and finished off by Hector.
And that's -2.
Permanent loss. Try not to think about it too much, but it's always there.
Especially on a hero like Tiny, who already has a slow and small base in pool. Plus, you're not going to go for treads that much anymore. A lot of people have been opting for the phase boots on pretty much every strength core, which means you don't have that option of strength in switching on your treads. Regen rune picked up by the Magnus, still doing okay against the Void.
Whisper actually ran down to the bottom rune, and he was rewarded. He actually got a regen, so he refilled his bottle and had some regeneration. Some time lost in lane sucks, but it was honestly probably the best rune that he could get in that situation.
I think he may have made a miscalculation by going for the 2 levels of the Shockwave, just because Void top.
Oh, they're going to be able to bring down Schofield. Now Stinger's in trouble. YapzOr leaping forward. And with the poison, Fairy Fire going off, but Stinger can't get to the trees fast enough. YapzOr gets the double kill.
And YapzOr is making this lane hell right now for Infamous. A lot of arrows, good movement overall. Mid lane, Crysluck getting quite low, but
you could see it in this. Yes, this is not a 1v1 matchup. This Riki is really dumbstering, which I think they were hoping for. They're going to land another arrow. This time, Schofield is going to be the one to fall as Secret invade going for those bounty runes. Now Zai's going to be a bit low, but Hector running out of mana, now going to be disrupted as well. They just do not seem to be able to contest this tri-lane. And the other 2 solo lanes are going perfectly fine for Secret.
On top of that, Stinger was forced to pick up 2 of the sentry wards to try to help his Ricky mid, but mid one's not buying any. He doesn't really care about this Invis Ricky in his lane.
Every single time Crysluck shows up, mid one just fights him because Earthshaker has those kind of good base stats. He's able to hit him every once in a while with the Aftershock. The Enchant Totem allows him to be able to contest for like range creeps that Crysluck would usually be able to get the deny on against other 1v1 matchups.
And Schofield's made his way mid, but he's got to be careful too. Mid one is level 6. Gonna fight over this rune.
Try and jump a mid one. He does have his level 6. It's gonna be a little precarious for Infamous and the arrow as well. Oh, they do have the smoke screen, but that's enough to stop Schofield from falling. Not sure what Infamous really was planning out there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the end goal of that play is. considering it's an Earthshaker, he's just stronger than you right now. Your Ricky's not level 6.
And maybe the cracks are beginning to show. Infamous drafting some heroes that they haven't played as much in the group stage and even the playoffs. And as a result, just look a little unpracticed with what to do.
Give them a little bit of leeway because this team catches up through farm real quick, Cap. Really, really quick. Plus they have a Magnus, one of the heroes that they're better with. Whisper's got a one-on-one solo lane, so he's gonna pick up levels pretty easily.
That is true. Like we've got 2 different agility cores that have pretty good agility stats, especially the Phantom Lancer, right? His agility gain is off the charts. That Empower is really gonna start kicking in the mid game.
Yeah. And Earthshaker's good against you until a point. Then there are ways to work around it. It's really hard for him to know which the real PL is.
Oh, toss up, Hector. Does have the Doppelganger.
Stunned by Zai.
Avalanche is going to be able to hit all of them. Which one is the real one? They've sniffed it out, but they won't be able to get the kill. Bottom lane, Skewer in, RP being used, and they will be able to get the kill on Nisha. A sneaky rotation from Schofield. And finally, Infamous, they get an opening. They get a kill. That is not a trade.
And it's a kill on a core that's had solo XP, so this is going to boost up everybody that was a part of that. Nisha on his way to the Midas. Anytime you die, getting that close to Midas, it feels so bad, Cap.
Yeah.
It slows down your timing, your rhythm. It feels like you're being punished for your greed. I think he decided to go for it because most Voids do, but also it didn't feel like anybody was going to try to go for the gank on such a high-level Void. And he's got 2 levels of Time Walk. But with the Arcane Rune, he was willing to pop the RP there. Mid one's going to grab the Invis Rune. Might opt to start making some rotations around the map, as mid lane has been so free for him.
Hector, one of the biggest things that everybody's been praising him for, especially pro players, is his proficiency at farming. And most of the time it's been on that Wraith King or Lifestealer, but here it's on a Phantom Lancer, which could be the hardest carry of the 3. But we haven't seen a whole lot of Phantom Lancer. Why is that, Blitz? What caused this hero to fall from the meta?
I feel like he's just too slow. His teamfight potential really requires him to hit so many different item timings. There aren't a lot of carries nowadays where I feel like you have to wait for 3 different items before they feel viable in fighting.
Yeah.
And Phantom Lancer, part of the problem is you have carries like Tiny that just get 1 item. You get an Echo Saber, you feel pretty good about fighting. Then his next item leads into the Aghanim Scepter, and you're even better. Whereas Phantom Lancer, you get a Diffusal, still not good at fighting. You need 1 more item, you get Manta, you're still squishy. You have to keep building upon your farm. And in this meta, it feels like everybody is so fast.
Yeah.
Even Faceless Void is considered a slower hero, but the one thing is you come with the best teamfight in the game in Chronosphere. It can always save your ass, regardless of what position you are. And I feel like heroes like Void, heroes like Wraith King are just good because it's easy for your team to play around. Everyone knows the kind of playstyle that you want to exhibit.
Whereas Phantom Lancer, his timings and how
it's so
he's
weird
able to be in a team fight, it's a little different. There isn't those obvious team fight wins. There isn't those obvious timings. It's more about the other 4 of Infamous being able to basically win fights and provide openings for Hector to then clean up with his Diffuse of Light, with all the chase down that Phantom Rush gives you. We're going to see a heavy rotation coming out from Secret for the 10-minute bounty runes. Infamous do the same on the other side of the map, but Nisha does grab one of them. So,
quick thing to notice is that one of the best ways to deal with Ricky, of course, is going to be the Force Staff. And as a core player, you don't love building it as one of your first items, but if you just take a look at YapzOr, because of the sheer amount of kills he's gotten, and he's got pretty good farm to go along with it. He almost has it in its entirety.
That's pretty crazy, especially since mid one is going straight for the Aghanim Scepter. You would think that the smoke screen is going to be a good counter to him, but he can rely on YapzOr to get him out of that silence. This will be a very effective core pickup. Whisper is going to make a rotation over here. He's empowering up Hector, but what else are we doing here? Trying to make a play to defend top. There's that Siege Wagon already dealing so much damage. Mid lane, they're going to go for it. Mid one, he's definitely in trouble here with the combo of the Shackles, Wards, and the ult coming out from Chris Luck.
He time walked into the smoke cloud, so wasn't able to instantly pop the Chrono, which allows Chris Luck to reset. Get back into the fight. Puppey getting chased right now. He should know about this. What I really like about Secret is they place a sentry to go along with every one of their wards.
Yeah.
You saw that at the bottom lane. That's how Nisha knew that Crysluck was coming. The downside of this, though, Cap, is it's going to really slow down everyone's farm. Puppey is used to being a slightly greedier 5. You're not going to get away with it in this game where you're buying so many different sentries.
Crysluck is just trying to find openings anywhere he can. The power, and he's going to try and go for YapzOr here, but double leaps gets in the way.
They're smoked up right now on the side of Infamous. They want to make the rotation up the top lane, but the tower's already dead. If they could kill mid one, that'd probably be the biggest kill that they could go for, but he does have a haste rune, so they'd have to lock him down nearly perfectly. They're hoping he walks onto the high ground here. Maybe if he gets onto the low ground, Schofield's waiting. Whisper has the RP.
Gonna be able to open with the Hex. They have the follow-up Shackles. No need for RP here. They can hold that ultimate for Whisper. A big kill on mid one. As he just gets a bit sloppy. I was really concerned for Infamous there. It just seemed like they didn't know what they were doing around the map. 3-man smoke up where Crysluck goes bottom. They lose the tower top, but being rewarded with a core kill makes this a little bit better for them.
Walking up hills with no vision is the easiest way to die for them. That is 10 times out of 10, you will get punished for that at this level. Infamous is definitely good enough to take advantage of that fact. Mid one just a little bit too cocky. But I'd like to see some sort of tower pressure right now from Secret, aside from that top lane.
Yeah.
Take this bottom one, rotate around to your Chronosphere. The downside of making that move, though, is that Nisha doesn't really have any items that can really fight yet. He has no damage dealing, so somebody else has to come, which is exactly why Zai's down here.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. They don't really have a clear tower pusher, right? It's like maybe Zai can throw some damage into the tower, and yet Secret has still managed to take one tier 1, and they've done a fair amount of chip damage in that mid lane as well. Nisha was really trying to push that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Tiny's pretty good, but I feel like Secret's philosophy throughout the year is you don't have to have these tower pushers. As long as you can just kill them enough and get map control, it's okay. Yeah. Towers will naturally fall because the best way and the easiest way to clear towers is if you can skip the wave and put all the creeps onto it. Puppey top.
Does manage to get off the disruption. That should be enough for Puppey to get away. Crysluck, it just really shows. When Ariki is trying to move around the map, trying to get these kills without his diffusal blade, without any sort of slow, the smoke screen just isn't good enough. Stinger is going to be caught here as he tried to just collect a little bit of the golden experience flowing in on the tower push.
Yeah, we talked about this bottom tower push. This is exactly what they needed to do. Even if you don't have the easiest ways to set that up, Whisper mid lane, gonna go on to mid one. The wards have been dropped too. Shackles to follow up. Crysluck with the blink strike, and that'll nab a kill for them. Unfortunately, without the wards, won't be able to put any pressure, and Whisper is in fact stuck and has no way to get out. He doesn't have a TP, no phase boots, and he's just gonna have to hold this position. They should TP and kill him here, Cap.
Yeah, 25 seconds, a skewer's up in 2, the arrow's gonna nail him. He does have the skewer up, Asai's gonna go for the back line, tossing him into the Serpent Ward trap. He's gonna be shackled up though, and the Global Silence will actually protect Infamous very nicely. Zai, though, is still gonna die from the tricks of the trade.
How did that go well for Infamous?
I think Secret just got a little bit greedy about it, but the Global Silence was honestly just perfect.
It was, and Whisper, I mean, he wasn't meaning to bait there, but it works out for them in their favor.
Yeah.
6 to 7, most of the gold lead coming from the towers that they were able to grab early on. And Crysluck during this entire time. One thing about Infamous that really stands out is one of their 2 cores is always farming.
Yes. And this game, it's going to be Hector, while Crysluck is the one trying to move around the map, make plays, but he's going to get chains done here. Shouldn't be able to get off the smoke screen or the tricks of the trade. They're going to use the Echo Slam to make sure he has no chance of living.
And they know that Stinger's in this area because of the ward. Mid one gonna run into him. This should be an easy kill. Stinger doesn't even have boots right now.
And the Chronosphere at the bottom lane as well, leading into the arrow, but Hector shows his face. They're not going to be able to get that kill. Back over the top lane where Stinger, I honestly just don't think there's a way for him to survive. No matter how much he jukes this, a Fissure and some Shadow Poisons is going to be enough. 6-9, Team Secret up by just a K.
Chronosphere, just, it's strong, of course, but without any damage items, when you go for this Midas build, you'll have levels, so you'll have level 2 Chrono, but you literally don't have any attack speed.
Yeah.
You need Maelstrom.
That is something that did kind of strike me about Secret's lineup. They don't have the obvious big nukes to throw into the Chronosphere early. Later on, you know, if they start getting double Starstorm, they get the Tree Volley, then it's insane. But early on, you don't have the absolute greatest. Most of the time, it's just going to be set up for an arrow, maybe some Shadow Poisons.
oftentimes that'll be enough, and Infamous don't have that easy save. What this game, I think, will come down to is not really even the farm, but it's the initiation. If Secret take a good fight, they're the ones that started, they can just snap 1 or 2 heroes to begin with. I think that Infamous...
Oh, the long-range Hex managed to catch him. Another Surfer Wards. The Shackle's going out, the tricks, the trade, but it's just not going to last long enough. And last, no, Nisha does manage to get the time walk away. They're going to still try and chase him down. Chris Luck thinking about it, but that time dilation slowing him down.
And that's 3 times that they've gone for it. Zai looking around the area. He does have a Blink Dagger. I do like how Schofield's using his wards just aggressively to grab kills. Doesn't really care about the cooldown very much. It doesn't even feel like they care about towers all that much. It's top pressure is the first time we've really seen them try to do something about it.
Yeah, Hector's like, I guess with Manta, I'm finally strong enough that I'm not scared of any sort of solo kill. But even then, he's really not trying to push it too much. He could be there swinging at the tower. Instead, he's trying to hit neutrals, while most of Secret showing mid.
I think Secret have realized, as bad as we are at potentially taking fights or taking towers,